Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Game Master and welcome to my channel. Well, I have fallen behind on my guides due to me getting a cold, but I am working on them, plus a few other videos pointing out why I think the original Kingdom Hearts is the best game in the series and reasons why I think it's the worst. I might do one for each of the series, major entries at least. I can't do the DS versions because all they are cutscenes in the collection. However, since I have been too congested to do live streams, I decided to pop in the old PlayStation 3 version of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix and try to platinum it. And, well, I found the one thing that could top the list on the reasons why Kingdom Hearts 2 is the worst entry of the series. It has to do with completing the journal, or more accurate, finishing the missions in the journal. If someone came up and told me they really enjoyed the original Kingdom Hearts, what argument could I use to show them that the second one sucked? I would choose the Jiminy Journal missions over Atlantica, over the 3 hours playing around as Roxas. I would pick these missions. So what am I talking about exactly, and why am I so angry? Okay, most of the journal to complete is doing what it takes to 100% any JRPG. Killing any and all enemies types and getting all armor and equipment, including finding the hard to find items and forging items and equipment to 100% check, doing bonus dungeons, and beating usually hard as heck extra bad guys. Check and double check in these journal entries. Now, if you really get into the game, you don't mind doing most of these things, and the stuff you do mind are just little side notes you have to do while doing the rest of the stuff you enjoy to 100% complete the game. But Kingdom Hearts 2 has an extra little topping that makes it extra crappy to do this, and it's called Jiminy's Missions. And most of them are complete cow doo-doo. Completely mundane ways of making you play through mini games and side stuff over and over again just to meet some imaginary high score. For example, you have to do things like skateboarding mini games to meet a certain score in order to pass them and get a check on the journal. I came here to play an action RPG, not fricking Tony Hawk, Square Enix. Oh, and then there's another pain in the butt area where you have to put down posters, and ugh! I hate this, making one wrong move and it's back to the beginning because you have to find a way to post 20 of these things in 30 seconds. Bull crap. Heck, it even makes you go back and redo all the songs in Atlantica just to redo the songs from Atlantica. That alone makes it number one on the list, but here's what really pisses me off. You get absolutely nothing for completing these missions, with the exception of a few that are kind of mini games anyways, like doing the Winnie the Pooh missions at least the first time, and doing the Mushroom 13 missions, but you get absolutely nothing for going back and completing these missions that require high score. No experience points, no rare armors, no hidden abilities, no item drops. Heck, not even the RPG staple of greasing my palm with a little extra money doesn't factor into these missions, which makes them even more crappy. So why did Square Enix make these ones, especially the ones that are really over the top, frustrating for absolutely no reward? Well, I have a theory on this. A theory because I don't have much proof outside of some circumstantial evidence, but my theory is that the PS2 version of Kingdom Hearts shipped somewhat incomplete. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it was buggy or anything, just that the developers didn't put all the content they originally created for it in there. My evidence for my argument is based on two things. Just the amount of extra content that is in the Final Mix version compared to the original. Yes, the original Kingdom Hearts Final Mix threw in a few new things, but nowhere near the amount that Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix threw in, and what at least is a half a dozen new boss fights, the Mushroom Guys, and a whole new dungeon. Yes, a whole new freaking dungeon just for this extra special edition. Now let's take a look at what the original PS2 version had for honest to goodness post-game side quests. You had Sephiroth, and if you were really determined, you could go back and challenge the Hades Paradox quest, and that's about it. So what do you do for those who are looking for a little meat on the bones of their JRPG outside a 25-hour story mode? You throw in a whole bunch of stupid mundane bullcrap and call them missions at the last minute just to pad out the game and say to unlock the hidden movie, do it all unless you play in proud mode. That's why these exist, and that's why they just seem so broken and tedious. Square Enix, you say the PS4 versions can now be patched. Patched most of these mundane freaking things out of the game altogether. Seriously, what sane person wants to re-experience Atlantica's music numbers? Ugh. Well, now that I got that off my chest, if you have any comments on this video, feel free to leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you guys.